My name's Harvey Stansfield, 16 years old, go to Russell School. I was in at the hospital because my heart rate was too high, and it ended up being a virus. My first impressions were that it was very daunting, being my first time. I was treated by the staff with care, nice care. The environment in A&E was calm, quiet, but when I was moved to the adult ward, it was a lot noisier. When I was moved to AMU, I was 16. I was disappointed that it was on with adults and not people of my same age. I preferred to be on an adolescents ward rather than an adults ward.
I just think at 16 you shouldn't really be classed as an adult. It's in between childhood and an adult. I suppose some 16-year-olds would be able to cope with certain things and answer things, but Harvey can't. You know, that's how he's made. He can't cope with that, and when obviously you're ill, you can't. And I don't think things were explained to him properly either. I think there could have been more interaction so that it wasn't as frightening. He was anxious, you know. Some of the staff were better than others, you know, with helping with that. And especially, I thought with the lumbar puncture thing, I thought I should have been sat in. The results from the lumbar puncture were important because it was whether it was meningitis or not. And of course, as parents, we were worried. But when we went out the room, the consultant on duty came in and told Harvey without either of us being there, which I think is bad practice, really. I stayed all the time with Harvey only because he wanted me to, on just a put me up chair. But on the last night at midnight we were moved to a totally different ward, which I wasn't very happy about because it was upsetting, you know, Harvey, and we knew we were going home at some point, but why move, I know it's bed space, but why move a 16-year-old with a mum at midnight to a totally different ward? Some of the staff were fantastic, yeah, they were good with him, but like I say, it was just the explanation thing, I think, and they wanted it all from Harvey, whereas he's quiet, you know, like if there was a girl of 16 it probably would be different, and they'd speak up more, or a more confident child. But I think as a mum, you know your own child and you know they're frightened and they're not going to say too much to strangers, really, you know. Yeah. I don't think anyone really put him at ease, and perhaps explained enough about what, like, the lumbar puncture they did in the room, and it wasn't explained really.
We would like to thank Harvey and his mother Julie for bringing their concerns to our attention. This story will be shared with staff in the Acute Medical Unit to promote learning and raise awareness about engaging with teenagers and their families appropriately during inpatient stays. We would like to apologise that Harvey felt uncomfortable being placed onto an adult ward rather than our dedicated adolescent unit. If there are ward capacity issues, patients aged between 16 to 18 years old may have to move to available bed spaces on adult wards to ensure the patient-to-staff ratio is safe. This should always be explained carefully to the patients and their relatives if this is the case, and reasonable adjustments made to support them in an unfamiliar environment.